So, you're getting ready for your consulting interviews. You've been studying the frameworks, you've read all the books, but let's be honest, there's that one fear that probably keeps you up at night, completely freezing. Well, today we're going to break down how to get unstuck by unlocking this incredible system that's hiding in plain sight right inside Case in Point. Let's just dive right into the heart of the problem, shall we? Why is it that incredibly smart, totally prepared candidates get stuck? You've got the frameworks memorized, you know the theory backwards and forwards, but then the pressure hits, the partner's staring at you from across the table, and poof, it's gone. This, my friends, is what we call the practice performance gap. And this gap, it's this incredibly frustrating space between knowing what you're supposed to do in theory and actually doing it flawlessly when it counts. I mean, reading about a case is one thing, right? But solving it live with all its unexpected twists and turns, that is a completely different beast. It's basically the difference between knowing the playbook and actually winning the game. You know, the book itself gives us the perfect example of this. There's a story about a student, no business background at all, whose first mock interview was just a total disaster. So what was her solution? It wasn't to read more books. Nope. It was a case journal and about 30 live cases. She just built that muscle memory through relentless practice until the right questions became totally second nature. So how do you bridge that gap for yourself? Here's the good news. It doesn't require some secret website or an expensive coach. The solution is actually a system, a purpose-built engine for practice that's sitting right there in the back of the book you're already studying. It's designed specifically to turn that passive reading into active, high-pressure problem solving. See, the practice section in Case in Point is this deliberately structured system. It's meant to build your skills up step by step. So many candidates just flip to the back and try random case, but they miss the whole point. They're missing the foundational work that makes the live practice so effective. It's kind of like trying to run a marathon without doing any of the basic training. And the progression of this system is just brilliant. You start with the anatomy cases to really break down what an A+ answer even looks like. Then, you just drill the case starts over and over to perfect your opening, which, let's face it, is probably the most critical minute of the entire interview. Next, you get a feel for the rhythm of a real interview with the dialogue cases. And only after you've nailed all that are you ready for step 4, the partner cases, the real deal. Okay, now for the key that unlocks this whole thing. You might be thinking, that's great, but I don't have a former McKinsey partner on speed dial to practice with. Well, you don't need one. The book actually gives you a detailed playbook so that literally anyone, your roommate, your friend, anyone, can give you a top-notch mock interview. And this is it, the Roommate's Guide. Its entire purpose is to transform a passive listener into an active, effective interviewer. It gives them a really simple but powerful set of instructions, so they know exactly what to look for, what questions to ask, and how to give you that sharp, actionable feedback you need to get better. The guide has a very specific checklist. So at the beginning of the case, your partner isn't just reading you a prompt. They're actually evaluating your process. Are you recapping the objective, asking smart questions, and most importantly, is your structure logical and MEIS? You know, mutually exclusive, collectively exhaustive, basically making sure you're covering all your bases without any overlap. This ensures you start off on the right foot, and that sharp eye continues through the whole case. The guide tells your partner to watch for all the common slip-ups. Is your math accurate? Are your assumptions fair? And are you actually saying them out loud? Are your notes helping you think clearly, or are they just a jumbled mess? This whole process turns a simple practice session into a powerful diagnostic of your actual performance. So when you put these two pieces together, you, the candidate, solving the case, and your partner who's armed with this guide, you create something really powerful. This is no longer a one-way street. It's an interactive feedback loop, and it's designed for you to get better fast. And this slide just lays out that dynamic perfectly. While you're busy focusing on applying frameworks and getting to a recommendation, your partner has a clear job: to evaluate, to challenge, and to verify every single step you take. This is what creates that healthy pressure and the feedback that's so crucial to closing that practice performance gap we were talking about earlier. Which brings us to this number, 30. The book makes a point to say that the average student who's serious about a consulting career will do at least 30 live cases. Now, this isn't just some random number. It's the kind of volume you need to go from consciously struggling with the process to it becoming unconsciously automatic. Truly second nature. But hang on. Here's the insight that separates the candidates who just get by from the ones who really knock it out of the park. Practice isn't just about taking cases. there's a huge advantage to be gained from being on the other side of the table.
I mean, think about it. When you give a case, you're forced to think like the interviewer. You see the problem from 30,000 feet. You know where all the data is, you know the key insights, and you see all the potential traps. You start to recognize what a great answer feels like versus a mediocre one. And that perspective, it's absolutely invaluable when you switch back into the candidate seat.
So look, the path forward is pretty clear. The system is there, the playbook is written, and the method is proven to work. The only missing piece of the puzzle is you and a partner who's committed to the process. So the final question isn't just, are you ready? It's who are you going to call to be your partner? It's time to stop reading and start doing.